Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madden. Moving on to our video. Yeah, so right now you're looking at a man, his name is Javon Pinnock. Yeah man, Javon Pinnock, and he's wanted in New York for the murder of Javon Jamison. Yeah man, and we want this man off the street, we want him out like now. Javon Pinnock is wanted by, yes, he's wanted by the NYPD for the murder. Yeah man, he's wanted for the murder of Javon Jamison, aka Blingers. And we want this man off the street like now. Yeah man, we want him off. Along with an accomplice gunned down Jamison outside the Pure Lounge nightclub in Queens, New York on April 8, 2023. Jamison, a 23-year-old from North Lauderdale, Florida, was shot multiple times and succumbed to his injuries at Jamaica Hospital in New York, so them kill him in America. So Pinnock is currently on the run and is believed to be hiding in Jamaica. His accomplice, Christopher King, has already been arrested and charged with murder. Second time now, him charged with murder, you know. King, you know, in New York, you know. So Pinnock is described as black, look like frog. I mean, 5 feet, 10 inches, and 220 pounds, with a scar on his left cheek, or you can say, face. So if you have any information on Pinnock whereabouts, please contact 119 Jamaica and let the police know that this corrosion is wanted by the police in New York, and they would issue the warrant to extradite him. There's an extradition warrant out for this man. But please, we're begging you, we're beseeching you. Use your conscience, please, for once. Don't follow the criminal-minded Jamaicans, man. Protect criminals. Because, look, the same boy that you're protecting today, tomorrow he might turn on you. Alright, so moving on to today's video. Here for a woman by the name of Mel Jackson. Yes, Mel Jackson, defender of killers and betrayer of victims. Mel Jackson, this message is for you. For far too long, you have positioned yourself as a so-called human rights activist and advocate, while openly defending the very criminals who have torn families apart, slaughtered innocent people, and held an entire communities hostage. But today we are calling you out. I want you to listen closer to the voice of a man whose friend was brutally murdered in Jamaica while visiting the island. This is the real Jamaica, not the sanitized version you peddle to foreign donors and so-called human rights organizations. This is the Jamaica that you refuse to acknowledge, the Jamaica that suffers because your relentless campaign to protect murderers. For years, you have enjoyed the comfort of hiding behind your organization, Jamaican for Justice, pretending to be neutral, force for good. But we see you for who you are. Truly are a shield for criminals, a puppet of the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, and an enabler of the senseless violence that plague our nation. Jamaicans and the diaspora are no longer blind to your agenda. Mikel, if you think Jamaicans, both home and abroad, are still naive, if you think that we do not see the deadly consequences of your activism, then you are mistaken. Every day the Jamaican people in the diaspora are waking up to the truth about your role in enabling crime and violence. When the police remove a violent gunman from the street, you cried about extrajudicial killing, although you have no evidence to support your claim, but you make it anyway. When the police remove a violent gunman from the street, you cried murder, because the family told you that. When family lose their loved ones to murder, you remain silent. Big, broad face. Oh my God, we can't wait for one day to you to make the news. When criminals terrorize entire communities, you refuse to advocate for victims. We have seen the people that get killed in Cherry Tree Lane in Clarendon, and you're silent to this day. Walton Park Road. But you're going to hear a man addressing you. You never extend condolences to the families of the murdered, only to the criminals neutralized by law enforcement. This is not human rights work. This is anti-police, anti-law, and order agenda designed to keep criminals in power and communities under siege. You are an enemies of every black person in Jamaica, and black people must know they're enemies and deal with them as such. The difference between us and you, we support justice, you support criminals. At the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we make our stance clear. We support the police neutralizing criminals. That's why we believe and support preemptive strikes, because it saves lives. We support an increase in police fatal shootings if it means a decrease in the murder rate. We stand with the victims, not with their killers. You, on the other hand, work to keep criminals alive so they can continue their reign of terror. You want more murders, more bloodshed, more fear? Because that is where your influence and funding come from. Your bread and butter come from foreign donors who believe your false narratives about police brutality. Your true mission is not to defend human rights, but to defend murderers under the banner of activism. So let's be honest, Mikel, your fight is not for justice. Your fight is for criminals. We have a simple request, Mikel. Since you are so deeply committed to defending criminals, why not publicly provide your home and work addresses so that those whose lives have been impacted by crime can reach out to you personally? Since you believe criminals deserve protection and leniency, why not open your doors to them? Why not invite them into your personal space the way that you have forced themselves into the homes of innocent Jamaicans? If you truly believe you are an advocate for them, then lead by example. We invite you to contact us at 954-556-0275 so that you can provide this information publicly, so that the very people you defend can personally thank you for your tireless work on their behalf. Yes, so these people can come visit you, you understand? So the people reject you and everything you stand for. The time for deception is over. The people of Jamaica rejected you. We know who you are. We know what you stand for. And we will not let you derail the progress that is finally being made against crime. Your days of unchecked influence are numbered. The police will continue their work to rid Jamaica of its criminal scourge. And no amount of foreign funding, activist propaganda or coordinated attack on law enforcement will stop the will of the people. We stand with justice, you stand with criminals, and history will remember you for the side you choose. And we just hope whenever, hopefully in the very near future, that you will make news and have a very bad day. And we say that without no apologies. We pray that you will have a very bad day in the not so distant future. So we want you to listen to this man, what this man is saying to you, and then we're going to play what you have said to the Jamaican Gleaner. So you watch, you listen, and you decide.
Chicken and mouth, Mel Jackson, what your name? President of Jamaicans for Justice. When you come and chat about police, them that did kill too much gunman, where you did there? Last time my brother from Toronto go yard and sell him phone. Gunman murder youth and take him phone. See? This retired nurse spend a year of foreign in the ice and snow and go a yard. And them analyze woman and take away a reclaim. How much people they are foreign and work hard in the snow. See? And then reach back a yard, people murder, gunman, they murder them. and you come with a shit up mouth. Where you there? You couldn't talk them time there, because your mouth full of shit. You couldn't talk them time there. You don't come out and talk over almost 1,200 and Jamaican dead. The gunman they murder yard. When the 8 people them dead at Cherry Tree Lane, where you there? When the 5 people them dead while they up at Walter, I'm only there. Jamaican for justice, your mouth full of shit. Come off of the phone and come down off of the hop. Shit up mouth, Mel Jackson from Jamaican for justice, and you, me a chat. Run away and run out of Jamaica. I don't mean Jamaica no good. Roll on some set up, shit up mouth. Yeah.
So the days when Jamaicans were naive and support Jamaican for justice, not knowing that these people were contributing to their misery and torture and torment and this pain and suffering, now they will be waking up. And now they are pointing the finger where it deserves to be pointed at, to Mel Jackson and Jamaican for Justice. They are the ones who are inviting and encouraging criminals to kill Jamaicans, and Jamaican people have enough. So now we're going to let you listen to what Mel Jackson has been saying. So we just want our photograph to be up here, and we advertise her because we want the people who have lost their relatives to know that this is the woman who is behind promoting and supporting criminals, a voice for the criminals, because she's getting money from foreign donors to continue, because their job is to create this fear and chaos in Jamaica so the best and the brightest migrate to America and Europe to become a part of the slave trade. Whether or not you want to believe it, people in Jamaica, educated people in Jamaica who work one job. When they migrate to other countries, they have to do 2 and 3 jobs to live, and their lifespan reduces. But they want them. So that's the reason why Jamaican for Justice is there, promoting all of these propagandas and lies against the security force for criminals, because they are getting rich on the backs of innocent citizens. So we're gonna let you hear this. Reporter, the Gleaner, read what Mel Jackson says. As we said, we continue to highlight her. We want her to come on the program, or even text us and give us our address, our home and business address, so we can put it up for the people in Jamaica who want to tell her thanks. So you watch, you listen, and you decide.
The surge in security force fatal shootings has reached an alarming and quite frankly intolerable number. The year-to-date total of police fatal shootings more than doubles the figure for the same period in 2024. This sharp increase is deeply concerning and unacceptable in a democracy. It is certainly unacceptable when one considers Jamaica's population size. If this trend persists, Jamaica risks regressing to the dark days before the establishment of Indicom, when accountability for such incidents was virtually non-existent. If this trend persists, Jamaica risks eroding the gains that we have made since the establishment of Indicom, and certainly the gains that we have made in human rights for the past decade. If this trend persists, we see the possibility of us recording significantly high number of police fatal shootings, the highest that we have seen in over a decade, because since the start of 2025, almost every single day we have seen at least one citizen killed by a member of the security force. Again, if this trend persists, it suggests that we are at risk of having over 250 citizens killed by the security force at the end of 2025. We cannot allow this rollback of progress to continue unchecked. No, JFJ makes no pronouncements that these matters are all extrajudicial killings, because we deal and look at these situations on a case-by-case basis. However, there are concerns to be had. When we look at the Indicom press releases and the Indicom's incident reports as they report them, we see a standard line. No body-worn cameras were recorded as being issued or worn by the officers assigned to these various operations. We have heard from the JCF leadership that data storage infrastructure is needed to be strengthened to have increased body-worn cameras be procured and deployed. However, we must demand a timeline from the JCF's leadership. We have also been told by the JCF's leadership that 750 body-worn cameras are already deployed and are being utilized. The reasonable question that one should put forward: where are the body-worn cameras in these incidents that have resulted in fatalities? We cannot allow this rollback of progress to continue unchecked. Urgent action is needed to address this crisis and uphold justice and transparency. We must uphold the rule of law, notwithstanding the high crime rate. In fact, it is in times such as these that the rule of law is what must govern our country at all times.
Yes, I get the Jamaica Young Police and I want it to be known that Mel Jackson, we're praying for you to have a bad day before the week done. Very bad day. Not a bad day that can be repaired, but a bad day that's a very bad day. We're praying for you to have a bad day. So the voices of the victims must be heard. Mel Jackson, this is not just about statistic, policies, or political maneuvering. This is about real people, innocent lives lost due to the very criminals you defend. The man who spoke about his friend being murdered in Jamaica is not alone in his grief. The reason why we don't show his photograph because we want your photograph to be out there. Yeah, we don't want you to see who the person who's making any video against you. His story echoes the pain of countless families who have suffered at the hands of ruthless killers. His friends came to Jamaica expecting warmth, culture and hospitality, only to be met with violence and death. And what about the retired nurse who was murdered in St. Anne? After dedicating her life to caring for others, she was brutally killed. Yet, where was your outrage, Mel? Where was your advocacy for her? Where was your demand for justice? For this woman who contributed to society rather than destroyed it, you're the epitome of evil. Looking at you, you can see the evil in your eyes. This is the reality you refuse to acknowledge. Jamaicans are dying at the hands of criminals every day. Diaspora Jamaicans who return home are being murdered senselessly. The elderly who should be enjoying their retirement in peace are being slaughtered. And yet you continue to cry for criminals, not their victims. The people see you for who you are. Your allegiance. Your allegiance is with killers, not law-abiding citizens. You have chosen your side, and history will remember that when Jamaica finally overcomes this crime epidemic, you were among those who stood against justice. But rest assured, the tide is turning. The security force will continue their mission to remove these murderers from our communities. The Jamaican people will continue to support law enforcement, and the voices of the victim will no longer be drowned out by criminal enablers like you. Justice will prevail, and no amount of political interference, foreign funding, or anti-propaganda will stop it. The ball is rolling, and we, rather, the police fatal shooting to go up and murder decrease. Would mind if you be a part of the murder statistic, because we pray for you have a bad day. And we say that without any apologies. Because you are for killers and we are for victims and law and order. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.